okay, maybe something might actually be wrong after all. So I know yesterday we made a video commentary on this channel talking about the supposed wrongs of the Red Wings, what's actually going on with this team, and how you can say they need to improve. And essentially, yesterday's commentary was all about, hey, like, there is optimism still. Because the Red Wings, even though they had themselves a pretty good run to start out the year, and they were getting Patrick Kane back and all this stuff, even though that was the case, the Wings were still playing unlucky hockey. They had low PDO numbers and high expected goal numbers. They were doing a lot better if you looked strictly at the advanced analytics and not just the wins and the losses. The idea was the Wings, who are already winning quite a few games, could be able to win more if everything just recessed to the mean. But now, I don't know. Today, the Red Wings ended up losing, getting absolutely destroyed by Connor Bedard and the Chicago Blackhawks, a 5-1 Chicago victory, where Connor Bedard got the scoring started just 1 minute in. The second and third period saw the Red Wings totally fall apart and the Blackhawks take control. It was not a good game. And despite the fact that the Detroit Red Wings had 46 shots against Chicago's 20, you had Arvid Soderblom on the other side totally stealing the show, posting up a .978 save percentage. And John Gibson today posted up a .789. It was not a good game for the Red Wings, and now I wanted to go over some responses to the game as to why everything is the way it is. Maybe this is the real problem with the Detroit Red Wings at the moment. Something that can't be fixed by just bringing Patrick Kane back or waiting for PDO numbers to recess. Here's a comment from the R Detroit Red Wings subreddit posted out by Baboshinu. Sorry if I butchered that. They went out there and said, I think a lot of the complainers in the Red Wings fan base are missing the forest for the trees. It's the same thing with the people saying, but we looked good and got chances. The problem is, the Red Wings are so effing easy to defend. Nobody goes to the net ever. Nobody makes the goaltender's job hard. Oh my god, why do we make every goalie look like Prime Hasek? Because for some reason, every player on this roster fancies themselves as Alex Ovechkin and thinks they can just waltz over to the weak side and snipe a shot past the blocker or catcher. No traffic in front, wet noodle passes, the Red Wings are piss easy to defend. 40 shots per game doesn't mean jack effing crap when they're all low danger shots from the outside. We don't make the goalie move, we don't obstruct their vision, we don't get into tight areas. It's not a grand revelation that the 2 goals the Red Wings have scored in the last 180 minutes of hockey came from a player going to the effing net. Comfer was left alone in front of the net and was able to capitalize, and Larkin crashed the net and picked up a garbage goal. It's ironic because this team has some kind of inherent refusal to actually play like they're being coached by Todd McClellan. Good on the Wings fans in the building to boo them off the ice. They effing deserved it. And this is a pretty interesting and I'd say probably accurate way to look at it. The Detroit Red Wings early on in the season did get some offense from distance. The DeBrincat one-timers from the OV spot, Emmett Finney and Dylan Larkin putting in work and then just kind of sliding the puck by goalies from the boards. They had a few goals like that, where it just kind of went in because they threw it towards the goal. But now, a month in, it seems like teams have started to get the scoop. They know now what it takes to defend Detroit and their systems. And even with Patrick Kane back in the lineup with some beautiful passing plays going on, it doesn't seem like the team is approaching that dangerous slot area. Here's a reply from Charming Femur 22. The Red Wings need the right personnel for this. No one on the roster has the skill set to consistently play in front of the net. That's why we try to force Larkin into that role. But the problem is it takes away from his offensive strengths. He is much more effective when he's moving and creating plays, not when he's cramped out in front. What the Red Wings really need is a big forward who is skilled around the net to play alongside Larkin and Raymond. That addition would open up the ice, create more space for Larkin to use his speed, and give our defensemen more time in shooting lanes from the blue line. Mickey Redmond pretty much said the same thing on the post-game. You had folks tossing out names like, oh, somebody like Holmstrom needs to be added to this Red Wings team to change the dynamic of the offensive system in play. And that bleeds into the conversation of the shots. 45 shots on goal, and they didn't really look particularly dangerous. Arvid Soderblom, for as many saves as he had to make, didn't really get challenged the most that he could have been. Meanwhile, on the other side, you've got Connor Bedard whipping shots towards the goal from distance and scoring because he's Connor Bedard. I'm sorry, but Bedard has one of the best wrist shots in the entire National Hockey League, so the fact that he is able to convert from distance doesn't surprise me. Yes, it's true, it's the National Hockey League, and everybody needs to be able to score, and everybody needs to have those tools, but Bedard is like probably top 3 human beings on the planet who can shoot a puck like that. So it makes sense to me why he's able to convert on that. Plus the fact that Connor Bedard and the Blackhawks have just been on an absolute non-discretional tear these past few weeks. They have been so good. It is ridiculous just how amazing Connor Bedard and those Hawks have been. Burakovsky, Tyler Bertuzzi. Bertuzzi woke up in the game against Vancouver and just started doing well after that. I mean, it was a crazy way for everything to unfold the past few days, and then the Blackhawks totally destroyed my Vancouver Canucks as well, so yeah, you're starting to see the repercussions, the battle scars. My personal favorite teams getting equally destroyed by Chicago, and now Connor Bedard is like in the same statistical category as Patrick Kane was. It's kind of fun, isn't it? But with that in mind, if you watched the Detroit Red Wings game earlier this morning, I want you to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. How do you feel and respond to what we saw? It's rare that we make a negative post-game video about a team like Detroit or whatever, but like, this was so early in the day, and we hadn't had a Red Wings topic posted on the channel yet, so I thought it was kind of appropriate to bring up what's going on and just kind of ask those questions. I have a lot of disappointment in what's been transpiring, or not transpiring, you can say, because I'm in a very tight fantasy matchup weekend, and yeah, I have Kane, DeBrincat, and Raymond on my team. Raymond got an assist, but the other guys, they haven't produced in a while. I know Kane just got back, but seriously, I had to drop a guy to reactivate him from my IR, so it's been tough for everybody. At least the Wings have a big cushion from what they had accomplished earlier on in the season. They're still one of the top teams in the Atlantic Division. Oh no, actually they dropped to the wild card. Oh boy. Yeah, they are now underneath Tampa Bay because Tampa has the tiebreaker in games played. That's wonderful, isn't it? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. How do you feel about the Detroit Red Wings and their lack of willingness to get to the front of the net? I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.